Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah. A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome to Honest J. Nowak. And now once again, I'm coming back here morally in turn for whatever is going to be coming around next. And I already pointed out that I'm going to be doing some more research on later subjects, and this is somewhat going to be one of those that are going to be a little more simplistic. Last time I talked about broilers, I didn't know much about them because I didn't do a lot of research on them. And now that I'm actually getting around to doing that, I'm going to be hopeful and optimistic on the fact that I might be able to do better in HJN episodes from here on out. But for now, let me get into pencils. Now, of course, if you're not familiar, then well, this is my preferred writing tool, or sketching tool, or tool that does in fact correspond to anything that I do on paper. But of course, it's not always the case. And schools themselves, no matter what district you're in, what state you're in, what county you're in, what province of the country that you're in, you're always going to be told at any point in time to use a number 2 pencil. Now, of course, number 2 pencils, they're not always available to anyone. But what I can say for sure is that, first things first, this is in fact an Office Depot edition number 2. Now, of course, you want to know the big reason why they're called number 2 pencils? It's mostly because of the type of graphite that they're used. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the fact that, well, a graphite core is what pencils are made of. Not lead, graphite. And if these number 2 pencils, or even the mechanical pencils that many of you modern folks would like to use today, then well, just be familiar with the fact that lead has been considered absolutely dangerous, no matter what it's used for. Paint has been used with lead. Lead's also been used to line refrigerators, and lead had also been used in the cores of pencils. But nowadays, it's graphite. It's a lot safer, and whenever you get it on your skin, you don't really have to worry about anything about it because it simply won't harm you. It won't absorb into the skin and cause problems. It won't really do a lot of anything. Graphite is hundreds of times safer. But of course, aside from the misconception that pencils are still utilized with lead cores instead of graphite cores like they're actually utilized with, number 2 pencils themselves have been the school's primary method of writing. Any school that you go to today, a teacher's always going to ask if you have yourself a number 2 pencil like this. And I will say, I've always kept myself a stockpile of pencils no matter what happens. And it's morely due to the fact that, well, I do love to write with pencils, but I guess the big problem about it is that the graphite core isn't as durable as you think. However, with a pen's metal core on it, which is usually lined with ink on the top, ballpoint or not, they're always going to stay the same shape. They won't bend, they won't become dull or whatnot. But unlike them, graphite cores on number 2 pencils or other pencils of any sort can always deteriorate over time. Regardless of how much you write, they always need to be sharpened in order to produce the best smooth handwriting you could possibly do. And that's why there's sharpeners out there. But unfortunately, I don't have one with me that I can show. So, of course, there's always the likelihood that that kind of problem will happen. But other than that, anyone who's going to school today should hopefully have this episode in mind and my information in mind. To have number 2 pencils in them, stay in school, don't do some drugs, I'd say, like alcohol, tobacco, cocaine, and meth, and always listen to the teacher. Good night. And if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.